Girona, Champions League opposition, man. Geordie Journos back, isn't it? Isn't it a sight? St James's Park for first of two Sela Weekender games. 4-0 win over Girona tonight, Jordan. Accidentally went live just before, so if anyone saw that, you saw you saying Trevor Sanusi, what a player.
He's the boy, that's what I said. He is a boy, he's only 17.
Yes. But good pre-season run out for Newcastle, and we saw what Newcastle can do when they're not absolutely baking in 100% humidity.
Yeah, Eddie Howe mentioned that after, where he felt like they had to put in a performance tonight because he didn't feel they were very good in both of the Japan games, and to be fair, they weren't, and it was because of the humidity, which Eddie Howe rightly pointed out. So no, that was Newcastle at the best today. We spoke of the Sela Weekend. I don't think it was the best opposition, to be honest. I thought they were a bit starstruck in that first half. They couldn't get anywhere near Newcastle, and I think as good as Newcastle were, for a top level opposition to come here and allow that to happen, I think it's really disappointing on their part. But give Newcastle credit, they were relentless in attacking play in that first half. There wasn't a bad performance out there, really. I think every single attacker on that pitch had an opportunity to score. Obviously, Sean Longstaff ended up getting his brace, which really pleased with him, because we spoke to him last week in Tokyo, or you did, sorry. And yeah, his interview after, you would have seen the quotes on Tuesday at Newcastle World. I think he said he's had a tough sort of few months with the criticism in the back end last season. He then openly admitted himself that he had fears that he might be sold this summer, and he put in a performance there, again countering with a level of opposition I thought was a really good performance. Not just only his goals, but I thought he looked really, really fit as well, and he got about the pitch very, very well. Not to go too sort of heavy on it, but I think you associate Sean Longstaff with being fit and physically very, very good, and he probably hasn't been that for a while now because of his foot injury or the ankle injury.
Since really, isn't it?
But I thought today, again, I know it's only pre-season, but it was really positive display for him. And then to go through, the attacking side as well. Anthony Gordon, we should probably come on him actually.
Yeah, that was the big one. That's the story of the night. Anthony Gordon, he returned to training on Tuesday, back straight in the starting 11 tonight on the left wing, and I thought Newcastle's attack, that front three, is potentially the front three that you'd see start the season next week at Southampton. And I thought Anthony Gordon was really lively, sharp. He was trying to beat a man. Sometimes it wasn't working, but I think really good from him. And he came off after 45 minutes, but thankfully all planned, because he did take a few whacks, I thought. Yeah,
he did. Yeah, he did. It looked like he took a whack on his ankle at the end of the half, and I seen him coming off, and he was shaking his head towards one of the medical team. So I know, but Eddie Howe cleared up the end and said that the 45 minutes was pre-planned. Anthony Gordon actually wanted to play longer, which, as Eddie Howe said, is a good sign. But yeah, the positive from tonight is that he was back. Probably would have felt the love a little bit after obviously a few months of speculation, which everyone's aware of in terms of Liverpool. But I think it's really positive that he's played today and put in a very, very good shift as well. I'd be surprised if he doesn't start next week, to be honest. I think Eddie Howe mentioned in the end there that Anthony Gordon will be ready for next week, and for me that's as good as confirmation that he will start, and he should, to be honest. I know Harvey Barnes is in that position, but Anthony Gordon has been Newcastle's player of the season last year, and will be hungry to impress. So yeah, it's a no-brainer for me. I keep using that term, no-brainer.
It is. Well, Anthony Gordon's probably looked more lively in 45 minutes than Harvey Barnes has all pre-season.
I wasn't going to go there.
But look, we can only call it how we see it. Harvey Barnes, we won't talk about him. I thought Trevor Sanusi on the left wing was, again, very lively. Came off the bench for Anthony Gordon in second half. And it's one of those players, he is only 17, but he got the crowd on the feet, which for such a young lad coming on is all you can ask for, really.
Yeah, he's absolutely superb. Like, how many? He's came on in four games.
Yeah, he's played every pre-season game that we've been able to watch. I think.
He's made an impression in every single one.
Yeah.
And if anything, got better by the game. I thought today there was moments where he was linking up with Joe Linton. He beat like two men, go in the box. Like, he's only 17 years old, and that should counter that. He's got a lot of room to develop, but you see 17-year-old lads come through, and they take time to have something about them. Yeah. He looks like he's got something about him already.
Yeah, definitely. I thought his best moment was actually, it was an attack. He outside of his right foot, drifted away from the guy and played the ball to Alexander Isak, who was sensational outside of the penalty area tonight. He
yeah.
did everything but score. He was back to his best in all senses of the word except in front of goal. He should have had 3 or 4 tonight. Didn't get any, missed a penalty. For him, he'll probably be thinking, I've had a terrible game. He was excellent, but just couldn't score.
You know,
Kept missing chances, didn't really test the keeper. But then, unselfishly, tries to play in Ben Parkinson, who just hits it straight to the keeper. So Ben Parkinson, young lad, denied his first goal. But that all came from Trevor Sanusi bringing the ball out, showing a good turn of pace. And I've been really, really impressed with him in pre-season. It is, as you asked Eddie Howe, it's probably too early for him to go out on loan. I think the season with the 21s, bearing in mind he only, this time last year, shortly after his arrival, he came from Birmingham City last summer. He was playing under 17s, under 16s, he stepped up to the 18s, then the 21s. So in the space of 12 months, asking him to play first team football is a big ask, but he stood up to the challenge so far. Whether we see him regularly in the Premier League, I think is probably too soon. But I think you cannot fault what we've seen so far from Trevor Sanusi. Turning around like he's still on the pitch, but I couldn't take my eyes off him when he was on the pitch. And I had a slightly different luxury tonight. I was right next to the press box.
You're very much on top of the press box where you were. I could feel your eyes in the back of your head.
Friendly game. I had a ticket for the match, so I
took the family.
Yes,
and friends. Took the family.
Yeah. Kept my eye on you.
Yeah.
And it says something. The most, because obviously we don't really cheer goals in the press box. The most I've cheered a goal in the last 3 years is Jacob Murphy smashing one in at the Gallagher end. That got me on my feet cheering. So yeah,
he's had a good pre-season, Jacob Murphy.
5 goals, excellent.
Yeah, by the exception of the mistake.
His assist.
Yes.
More or less.
Yeah. Although it might have been out of play. The ball might have been out of play, but
Yokohama.
But the exception of that, you mentioned there 5 goals involved in pretty much a lot of Newcastle's good play as well. So
he's just well ahead in terms of the pecking order, in terms of the right wing position, I think.
Yeah, well, we said it earlier on pre-season. It was one of the Tokyo games said after, like that front 3, because Newcastle probably aren't going to sign a right forward before the season starts. It would be a major shock if they did. That front 3 tonight, as you mentioned, starts the season. Jacob Murphy, in many ways, has put himself firmly ahead of Miguel Almiron, and it isn't just based off pre-season. It's based off the back end of last season as well, because he's been scoring and assisting goals for it's only pre-season, but add that as well as the back end last season. He's in fine form, to be fair to him. I think he's improved a lot, significantly actually, where he's actually found a good place in this team. So
keep up the good work, Jacob Murphy.
Well,
watcher of the channel.
He usually walks past us in the.
Yes, he's been on the Geordie Journos before, very, very briefly.
Yeah.
But I think he's been good. I thought, to be honest, the entire team more or less. I think defensively there probably weren't enough questions asked. I thought Nick Pope made a few good saves. John Ruddy came on and got serenaded, which was nice. But a shout out. I thought Joe Linton, incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Back to his best. Absolutely. It's been months since we've seen that, because obviously he was still getting back up to speed by the time he returned back end of last season. And then pre-season he's had shown glimpses. I thought tonight he was back to his Joe Linton best. A monster. Player ratings.
Yes. No, I use machine actually.
He was a machine.
It was for the second and third goal. He's won tackles high up to actually to set Newcastle away. And then there was moments when he was driving forward from midfield. He was an absolute beast tonight, and that's everything you associate with Joe Linton, that aggression and winning tackles and being able to carry the ball forward. So, really good signs from. It
was the Newcastle. It was a much more recognisable Newcastle tonight than we've seen in other pre-season games. And another midfield shout out I have to give Jamie Miley, who asked Eddie Howe about. He's been used in a few different positions this pre-season. He's looked out of place at times, looked to still be getting up to speed with playing first team football and the pace of it. Obviously the humidity out in Tokyo as well is another factor. Thought tonight, playing for the first team at St James's Park, he looked at home.
He did,
which, I mean, he's 20 years old. It's potential of going out on loan, which Eddie Howe sort of acknowledged, Jamie Miley acknowledged over in Japan when we asked him about that. But I think, a Louis Miley
I
performance.
was going to say, who did Eddie Howe compare to? Yeah, when he
you
asked him.
compared him to Louis Miley last pre-season when he was burst onto the scene, if you like, and looked at home in the midfield. And Jamie Miley did that tonight. Whether we'll see him in the Premier League, I think it's looking likely that he probably gets loaned out at 20 years old. Hope you can hear us. I'll speak a bit louder. That is what is going on. But all you can ask of him tonight, he delivered, and I was really impressed with Jamie Miley.
Yeah, I thought it was probably his most accomplished display of pre-season. Really positive in possession, used the ball well, tidy on the ball as well, made some really positive passes forward. I hope people can hear us here. Very should come closer.
Aye.
Just a very good performance from him as well. As I say, I can't really fault anyone on that pitch tonight. I thought Girona didn't ask many questions of Newcastle at all.
Right.
I think second half was a little bit more even, but that's because Newcastle took the foot off the gas. And to be fair, they still had countless of chances to extend the lead as well.
We've praised Newcastle, but I think second half was a bit more of an even game. No further goals after Newcastle being 4-0 up at half time. Could have been 4-0 up after 20 minutes. Had Isak is how you say it.
Is that how you say it?
As I was told. I know it's how you say it. It's just a slip of the tongue. I say Isak sometimes. Isak, he had scored his penalty, but Girona, Champions League opposition, man.
Yeah.
How far off it were them?
Yeah.
I came to you at half time and said, if this was a League Two team showing up at St James's Park, you'd think, or if it was a team right at the start of pre-season. These play on Thursday in La Liga.
Their season starts on Thursday.
Honestly, so far off.
Can you imagine how lucky Newcastle would be to have them in the Champions League group? If I'd had Girona in the Champions League group, they would have qualified. Never mind PSG, AC Milan, Borussia Dortmund.
I know. Well, let's hope Brest are a little bit better. A little bit more. Turn the screw a little bit and actually apply a bit of pressure and be able to pass more than 2 balls in succession. Honestly, I was extremely disappointed.
That's what I mean. So you've got to counter it where you judge it and say Newcastle are really good, but then you've got to question the opposition.
Yeah.
And it was similar to probably the Sela Weekender last year. I don't think the scoreline was as heavy, but we're battering the Sela Weekender. But the level of opposition
on paper is quite good.
Yeah, you say Champions League opposition, but there was nothing Champions League about Girona at night. So yeah, hopefully Stade Brest save the weekend, or Newcastle United women against AC Milan, because
that could end up being the top draw game of the weekend. Yeah.
Back from the Sela Weekend again.
It is what it is.
It boosts the confidence at least by scoring lots of goals.
Yes.
I do think Newcastle probably came through a physical test by going to Tokyo, so they're probably better prepared for that. So
yeah. But there was a couple of journalists at half time and in full time going, well, these are 3 weeks behind, and we were like, no, they're not. They play on Thursday.
Yeah.
And it was like they looked 3 weeks behind. That's what it was. And enough about them. It's pre-season. Newcastle looked good. Girona definitely did not. Hopefully Brest look a little bit better and pose a bit more of a challenge and ask more questions tomorrow, because we'll see probably about 8 or 9 players who weren't involved tonight back involved tomorrow. The likes of Kieran Trippier.
I think I pieced together predicted 11 here, so I'm going to try and say it now. So it'll be Vlachodimos in goal.
No Dubravka.
No, I don't think there will be. I think Vlachodimos is the number 2, and as I said countless times, and you'd agree as well, I think Dubravka will go at some point. It's just about trying to find a club for him, where if Martin Dubravka wants to go out and be a number 1 now, there's not many teams looking for a number 1 goalkeeper at this stage of the season. The only way that changes is if there's like a significant injury.
Yeah.
Anyway, Vlachodimos in goal, Trippier, Shea, Kelly, Lewis.
Yeah.
Bruno. Joe Willock, and then this is the left field pick of Jay Turner-Cook.
Okay.
Because Newcastle are midfield are short because obviously of Tonali's absence still. Turner-Cook has played for Newcastle in pre-season, came off the bench for the final half an hour in a few games, wasn't on the bench today. So that's my prediction, that'll be Turner-Cook in there. And then there'll be the front 3 of Almiron Asula, the new signing.
Yes, Eddie Howe said he should be involved.
Yes.
Got that confirmed.
And Harvey Barnes. So
you heard it here first.
So hopefully I've got that right. I think I've got 10 right. I think the J Turner Cook one maybe.
You should make a change. Check out Newcastle World for
Yeah.
for Jordan's actual predicted 11. But yeah, we'll do a slightly shorter video because obviously we'll be back here tomorrow.
Yeah,
we actually contemplated whether we'd do a live, and that's why I accidentally went live. And I was we missed Liam, and I was trying to carry that torch into the new season. Hopefully Liam will be back tomorrow. He's obviously busy tonight, but we're hoping to see him, but we'll hopefully see him tomorrow. If not, Southampton.
Yes.
So yeah, he'll be a bit rusty ahead of the new season.
He said that. He said he was undercooked for the new season.
Very undercooked.
Shame he didn't get cooked in the Tokyo heat. But no, yeah, it'll be good to get him back. Hopefully he's back tomorrow. But yeah, as you mentioned there, we've done a shorter video because
you'll hear us again tomorrow. By the time this goes up, you'll be getting ready to go or watch the game again. So
it's a bonus episode of Geordie Journos. We'll do our
just hammering Girona and the Sela Weekender. Good to see Anthony Gordon back.
Yeah. That's the gist of it.
Was there much to take away from Eddie Howe's press conference afterwards? I'll tell you what, the mix zone was a bit of a stinker.
Well, from our colleague Joe Buck, apparently Anthony Gordon was... It was a military operation to get him out of the stadium.
The mix zone is not a free fall at the moment. It wasn't in Japan and wasn't tonight. So Emil Kraft was the player pulled out.
Classy that he stopped for us journalists.
Yes. So yeah, you can't exactly speak to who you want to, but that's what happened tonight. Emil Kraft, exclusives to come on the Athletic, I think it was. Yeah. George Conklin was very pleased with his Emil Kraft scoop.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow speaking to Eddie Howe, hopefully get more transfer updates as Eddie Howe always provides.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, when he got asked about the end, and he said about we want quality over quantity, which is nothing he hasn't said before. So hopefully there's some development, but probably not. But we'll keep asking the questions because you guys want to know whether we'll get the answers that we want. A different story.
Do they want a ranked winger?
Well, we managed to corner him on Thursday, and he admitted that he wanted a centre back. But we're light in that position, and that there was a position that we'll look at. So now we need to start cornering him over a right wing.
I asked him about it in Tokyo, and he went, "I would not address that."
But then
it's because centre back is. There's you've got 5-6 centre backs. You've only got really two right wingers, don't you? So it's very much an insult if he goes, "Yeah, we definitely need a right winger." But yeah, before we descend into waffle, while we're relatively concise by our standards at least, we'll bid you good evening, good day, and see you tomorrow.
The sponsor,
4 Rivers, of course. Every Geordie Journos long-form video is brought to you by 4 Rivers Financial Planning for all of your holistic financial needs. Check out their information in the description. Be sure to check them out if you need any financial or pension advice. So yeah, that's pretty much it, Jordan. Do you want to tease and seize it away?
Yes, please like, comment, share, subscribe. As I've mentioned on previous videos, a couple of you guys have been donating the Geordie Journos with a little thanks button. Massively appreciated if you'd like to do that. Again, thank you. As I've mentioned there, it's really appreciative. And yeah, well, it's been a short one, but we should be back tomorrow for a longer form, hopefully better analysis of what we've came up with.
It's been nice we've got more words in than we thought, because we thought we might be back with Liam, but if we are back with Liam tomorrow, then you might hear a little bit less of us and a bit more of him.
So that's fine, because Liam's got a lot to say. He's missed a lot of football.
He's about to burst. He's had a full summer of a lack of Geordie Journos. So yeah, we'll see you there, back here tomorrow. Cheers.